What's the deal with this pipeline?
Play my favorite song.
Music makes the people come together. Music makes the bourgeoisie and the rebel.
The internet is home of expressive freedom. More and more resources are becoming available online as well as in the real world. Music is one of these resources. We've come a long way from coffee shop singers and old record players. Now, as a society, we have access to music with a click of a mouse thanks to the convergence of old music media with the new internet technology. In this video, we'll look at how music media is converging with the internet and becoming more and more accessible to society. First, we must know what the old media was like in order to fully understand the new media. Then, we'll look at the changing culture classes and the deinstitutionalization of fame. Next, we'll look at the overwhelming amount of amateur music that is being produced and the concept of illegal downloading. Finally, we will try and predict what music accessibility will look like in the future. Convergence is an old concept taking on new meaning. This is exactly what music producers did. They took the music that was being recorded onto records and found new pieces of hardware to record them onto. Here we get a tape, a CD, or an MP3. iPods and other MP3 players are one of the latest gadgets invented in order to play music. The same music is still being recorded, we're just finding new mediums to play it on. The radio was also converged into a new medium. Once televisions were invented, people could hear the music they liked on TVs. Nowadays, there are entire channels devoted to music radio stations, and you can pick almost any genre of music that you want to listen to. Eventually, all the music became available on the internet. Not quite the same as it was in the 1920s when the first music radio broadcast happened, eh? There is a hierarchy of culture when it comes to media. Although the difference between two culture classes used to be larger, they are becoming more and more equal as technology grows. High culture classes, as far as music goes, would listen to high music, and low culture classes would listen to low music. Due to substantial financial differences between the two culture classes, a higher class's culture would have more money to spend on higher music. Before the development of the internet, buying music from record stores was the only way to physically own it. Since lower classes of culture had less money, they could not afford the same music that higher culture classes could. However, the globalization of the internet has changed all of this. As long as someone can afford an internet connection or has access to somewhere with an internet connection, they can have the access to all the music out there. On YouTube, you can find music videos for just about any artist, ranging from Norah Jones to Miley Cyrus and everyone else you can think of. The accessibility of music online is shortening the distance between high and low culture classes. Everyone now has access to the same music, and it's up to their minds and their interests, not their wallets, to decide what kind of music they get to listen to. The internet is home for cultural production and social patterns. The recording of music within the home environment is a minor non-compliance with social norms. Domestic home practices are destroying the privacy of digital cameras in the world, taking personal videos inside of the home. These videos are being uploaded online for the world to see. Fame used to be a term that wasn't taken lightly. To be famous, you had to have a real talent and know the right people. Since the internet has risen in popularity, fame is becoming more and more common. The route to fame has been deinstitutionalized. To get an audience, you no longer need to go through institutions or recording companies. The internet creates opportunities to post a video for anyone with an interest to watch. Television shows such as American Idol and websites such as MySpace or YouTube are new ways of achieving fame. You don't need to start at the recording industry, you just put your voice out there and get the people's opinion. However, fame in today's society goes either way. You can be loved because you look like a model and sing like an angel. On the other hand, you can receive just as much attention or fame if you have absolutely no singing talent at all. We all like to watch the first episode of American Idol just to see the bad singers. Admit it. Well, since there is less and less professional and institutionalized opinions shaping who is famous these days, anyone Through the internet, you have access to just about any song ever recorded by any artist signed by any record company. But one of the fascinating things about such an expressive medium is that an amateur, unsigned, and without professional equipment can record themselves, post it online, and anyone with the internet has access to it. In Dr. Strangelove's lectures, we discussed how private pop culture is currently massively outproducing commercial media. There are more amateur videos and music online than there are professional ones. Take YouTube, for example. An estimated 80% of the videos on this website were uploaded from the user's personal lives or amateur videos. 15% were professionally recorded videos. There is no way that commercial media systems could catch up to the amount of media being produced by everyday people. This buzz created when discovering a new talent online is what gets people's name in the public eye. Bands such as Voice Avenue started by posting their videos on YouTube, and now the band has an official website. They're touring, and their songs are sold on iTunes. There are television shows such as American Idol and America's Got Talent that are focused on finding these amateur talents The circulation of media content depends heavily on consumers' active participation. If viewers did not search the internet and search for music, then amateur artists would have no chance of being discovered. File sharing through the internet has created a problem for record companies. If listeners can get the music for free, then the album sales of artists will decrease dramatically. Sure, as Dr. Strangelove stated in class, iTunes and Apple are the #1 online store for people to purchase their music from. But that doesn't necessarily mean that all music is bought online, and music listeners are finding ways on the internet to download their music for free. LimeWire is a peer-to-peer file sharing program that anyone who has access to the internet can download. People are making their personal music database available for their peers through LimeWire. In a study done in 2002, even before a lot of technological changes have happened, CD sales fell 11%, and the sales of blank CDs went up 40%. This tells you what more and more people were using to get their music fixed. Dr. Strangelove stated in class that when power is exercised over people, there will be a resistance or a pushback. This rebellion against copyright laws is exactly that. Our society is not one to be held down by laws, and if there is a way around it, we'll find it. The future of music online is unknown. If corporations can regain power, then free music will most likely be eliminated, and the internet will be more constricted. However, the likelihood of this happening is very low. Instead, it's more likely that society will come up with new ways to rebel against copyright laws. We'll continue to post our singing voices online and to be known for this. Our culture will continue to grow as we produce more and more cultural content. There are as many uncertainties as there are certainties with the internet and music access. So only time will tell.
Hey, Mr. DJ, put a record on. I wanna dance with my baby. And when the music starts.